Good morning. Ah, I'm 55 now. I just turned 55 yesterday. Happy birthday to me. I am now officially a senior citizen. That's what happens when you turn 55. You're eligible for the seniors discount. And having turned 55, I do consider myself qualified to talk about societal attitudes in the 1970s and 1980s, when there was a high degree of acceptable misogyny. Yeah. There was a general contempt for women. There was a general attitude still that a woman's value was as a virgin bride. And there was a general attitude that a woman really wasn't as good as a man. That they weren't as smart as we were, that they weren't as strong, athletic, or anything like that. And of course, this has all since been refuted. Indeed, it had already been refuted. It had been refuted countless times, but in the 1980s, that refutation became very absolute. And from that day forward, misogyny became rather less sustainable, less supportable. Which brings me to inceldom and the manosphere. Ye merciful gods, what is wrong with these people? I grew up with certain misogynistic attitudes and certain negative attitudes towards women. And yeah, then I grew up and I realized that these attitudes were bullshit. The manosphere, however, consists of people who have not only embraced these attitudes, they have doubled down on them. And they've added to them a certain delusional sense that only men have any value at all, and that women are worthless garbage right up until they have sex, and then they become even more worthless and even more garbage. And yet at the same time they entertain the notion that women owe them sex. If you're an incel out there, let me explain this. Nobody owes you sex. No woman owes you anything. They don't owe you a smile. They don't owe you a conversation. They don't owe you sex. Okay? If a woman chooses to have sex, that's her making a choice. She's doing it for her reasons. And if you believe that this makes her less of a person, then you have pretty much demonstrated that you are less of a person. Okay? Try to understand that. A woman's value is not tied to whether or not she's had sex. It's tied to whether or not she is a humane, compassionate individual who contributes to the world. And even beyond that, her value is that she is a living human being. A living human being. That is the sole focus here. Living human being. Every man, every woman, every child is valuable as a living human being. If a woman is a medical student, and there are women who are medical students, and she is working in cancer research, the fact that she has an active sex life does not make her less valuable as a person. It does not eliminate her research. It does not render the results of her studies any less valid. And women are people. They're human beings. They have a libido. They have a sex drive. And this sick obsession with virginity for women This literally comes out of the Judeo-Christian Islamic complex of religions. A complex of religions that honestly has no place in the 21st century. Something to think about.